We are going to start with the magic ring, but you can also start with a chain and slip stitch into the ring. So now I'm going to show you two ways. First way, you make a slip knot. To make a slip knot there are multiple ways, but I'm showing you the one that I think is the easiest. All you need is to make the loop. So you have your yarn, wrap around one finger, and you got the loop. Insert the hook into the loop and grab the long yarn, the one that goes to the ball. That's your slip knot. Then you can make 1, 2, 3 and slip stitch. After you have chain 3, you slip stitch into very first one. So insert into the first one and pull through all 2 loops. You get the ring. The thing is that now you have to crochet into this tiny ring, and you can also, or you can make it even bigger if you want to, if you have the pattern that allows the small hole in the center. 4 or 5, for example. Then you go to the first one and you join the circle, so it's called slip stitch. So on this one I show you that we have the circle now. Then you do all the same. You chain 3 and start your double or single crochet, depends on the pattern. You work into this small circle. I normally never use this technique because I don't like this knot and I want to be able to regulate. That's why we created the magic ring. Some people find it difficult, but I will try to show as easy as possible so you use all the advantages of the magic ring. You have your yarn. Wrap around 2 fingers. Make an X. Turn. Now you have 2 yarns. Your hook goes on the first and grab the second. At this point, just twist. And here you have the long yarn that goes to the ball. Grab the yarn with the hook and pull through the loop. That's your magic ring. Now this ring allows you to make the hole small or short. You see, you can pull it. You can pull it even later after we finish the row. That's why it's called magic ring, because the hole can be really small. For now we don't have to pull tight because we are going to work into this ring and we are going to chain 3. So we have already chained 1, now we chain 2 and we have chained 3. 3 chains. Just yarn over and we are going to make double crochet. Insert into the ring, grab the working yarn, and you have 3 loops on the hook. First, you're gonna yarn over and pull through 2. And then yarn over again and pull through 2. You made your second double crochet, because chain 3 we count as first double crochet. Now yarn over again, insert into this ring, grab the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You have your 3 double crochet. Now we are going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we are going to repeat another 3 double crochet into the magic ring. Yarn over, insert into the magic ring, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. We have our first one, yarn over, insert, I'm going to be a bit faster now, pull through 2 and pull through 2. So if you find it difficult to follow, you can make the speed slower. Just click on 3 dots. And now you have your 3 double crochet. Since the square has 4 sides, we are going to make 2 more sets of 3 double crochet. So chain 2 again, yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, pull through 2 and pull through 2, yarn over, and you are making double crochet. Pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you have 1, 2, 3, and we are making the last 3 double crochet. So I'm going to show you again quite slowly. 1 and 2, yarn over. Never forget yarn over when you are making double crochet. 2, yarn over, 3. So our square is practically ready. You have your tail, you have just to pull it, pull a bit more, and you see already it starts to look like a square. When we finish the row, we have to make something different. Chain 1, now yarn over. If you remember, we started with chain 3, so 1, 2, and here is the top, chain 3. You must insert into the bows. Sorry for the dog's bark. You have 2. Now yarn over, pull through, and you have 3 loops. So I'm going to show you again. Yarn over, go to the top of chain 3, now you have 3 loops, pull through all 3. It's called half. And now we have our first row done. Our square looks like a square, and I will show you the technique if you want to change the color. The granny squares are beautiful with different colors, and since this one is a very detailed one, I want to show you all the ways. So I'm going to undo to show you the way that it will not be visible where you finish and start the row. So as usual, you start like that, you go under the 2, but here when you have 3 loops, you already can insert the second color. So I'm going to use yellow. I'm going to use yellow and pull through all 3. That's how we change our color. The pink is still complete, but we already gonna work with yellow color. So you can pull a bit because we don't need too much long tail, and later we will have to weave the ends. So if you want, at this point, you can already cut the yellow yarn, or the pink one, sorry, because we don't need any more. And here you have the 2 tails, so pull a bit to have shorter tail, and you can tie the tails of pink and yellow. So later I will show you how you can weave them. You tie now for now, just to be sure that they don't undo. Normally they don't, but just to keep like that. And now we have to start with the yellow color. And we are going to start into this arch that we created with our join. Here is a bit here where you have the big hole between the two sides of the square. So you are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then into this hole you are going to make your second double crochet, because we count chain 3 as a double crochet. 1, and into the same hole, into the same one, here you are making your next double crochet. So now you have 3, set of 3. Right now we chain 1. We skip all of these double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and we move to another big hole here. We are going to make 3 double crochet into that hole. 1, 2, and 3. This one is a corner. So to make a corner we need to make 2 sets of this. So we are going to make chain 2, yarn over, and we are working again into the same hole, because the corner needs 2 sides. And we are going to make another 2 double crochet. Oh, sorry, 3 double crochet. So we have 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Now we are going to chain 1 and move to another big hole and repeat what we made here. 3 double crochet, insert, pull through 2, then pull through 2. You made 1 side. Now you are going to make chain 2 and another side of the corner, another 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. You see, now is a corner, so your square looks like that. And we are going to chain 1 again, so we skip all of these stitches and we are moving into this hole and make another corner. 1, 2, I will be faster because I think you already understood how to make corners. 1, 2, and another side. 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 corners now. We are going to make our last corner in this row, row 2. So chain 1. Here we already made 3. As you can understand, we have to make another 3 to complete our corner. Insert into the hole. 1, 2, and 3. So how we finish our row? I'm going to change color. I would like to use the blue color. So I'm going to show you again how to change the colors. We are going to chain 1, yarn over, and find the top of chain 3. So we have 1, 2, and the top of chain 3. You must go under both loops. Well, even if you go under 1, as a beginner is also okay. And then, actually now you are going to attach the blue one. And pull through all three. So now you have the blue one. You can cut the yellow one. And you can make a knot, so you are sure that everything stays still until we don't weave these ends. And like that you can continue until the square side can be a blanket, whatever size you wish to. So it's infinite process, and you can make multiple of these granny squares for different projects like cardigans, afghans, and so on. So I'm showing you again how to start the row. Chain 1, 2, 3. Always start with chain 3 for this pattern. Here we have our big hole, and we do the same always. Make another 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. So we have 3 double crochet. Now chain 1, and this row we have another hole in the center where we had the chain 1, and we are going to work there 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. So we are not making a set like here. We are making just 3 double crochet. And here where you have the 3 double crochet, on top of them you chain 1. And you skip to this big hole. So every time you see here, yeah, I have here, you see here the 3 double crochet, you have to chain 1 on top of them. And now we are at the big corner, and where you have the corner you are making the corner as well. So 1 double crochet, 2 and 3. This is the corner, and you are going to make another corner on top. So chain 2 and insert, and make another set of 3 double crochet. So you see we crochet one side. Be attentive, here we have 3 double crochet. I chain 1 and I move to this corner. So I'm making 3 double crochet here. 1, 2 and 3. To arrive to this hole, I have here the double crochet that I chain 1 and I jump into this corner. And when you are at the corner, you have to create the corner as well for the next row. So make 3 double crochet, chain 2 and make 3 double crochet. That's our beautiful granny square, and there are multiple of patterns. This one is one of my favorite because it's super easy. Skip this, chain 1, never forget chain 1, and then 1, 2, 3. Then you're gonna chain 1 and move to the next corner to create the next corner. 1, 2 you remember to chain 2, 1, some other guys arrive, 1, 2, 3. Here, before jumping into this hole, chain 1, then jump into this hole, because if you don't chain 1, your square will tend to shrink. That's why never forget to chain 1 after you finish the corner. Then chain 1, and here we have our corner, and we have to finish it. As you can see, we have 3 lonely double crochet. We must give them another 3, so we have the harmony of the corner. That's how your square must look like now. And now chain 1, insert yarn over, insert the hook in the top of chain 3, and I'm going to attach another color. It will be gray. So just keep it, pull through. Okay, pull through all 3. As I showed you before, if you are a beginner, maybe for you it's hard to go. You can just go under first one and then pull. It's a bit easier, pull through all 3. And now we can cut the blue yarn. You can, as usual, tie the knot. If it's just a sample, later you don't even have to weave the ends. But if you make a cardigan or something with granny squares, later you must weave all the ends. So now we are going to work chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. This is the last row. This is the last row that I'm going to show you, and following all the things I told you, you can make as big as you want or as many granny squares as you want. So we start with our first arch. You can insert the hook and make another 2 double crochet into our first corner. First and last. Because we start and finish into the same corner. Then here we have more to work. Each row you will have more. Here we have 3 double crochets, so we chain 1 and we move to another hole. We make 3 double crochet into this hole. 1, 2, and 3. So here again we have 3 double crochet. It means we have to chain 1, and we are moving to this hole, and we make another 3 double crochet. Every time you see the big hole, if it's not a corner, you must make 3 double crochet. So chain 1, and then we arrive to the corner and we repeat the corner as in all other rows. 3 double crochet, chain 2, and make 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Here we are going to make chain 1 and move to this corner, or to this hole. 1, 2, 3, chain 1 and move to another hole. 1, 2, 3. That's our beautiful granny square. So the beauty of the granny squares is that you can match different types of yarn and different colors and they all look nicely. 1, 2. Even if your yarn is not exactly from the same brand, not exactly the same size, they still work well if you don't have too much different yarn. Like this yarn, the blue one is different brand from the other ones and is a bit thinner, not so much thinner that it can be felt but it works, it still works. So even if you don't have exactly the same things, the granny square makes it okay. The other patterns, it could maybe not work because you will see and feel the difference. So when you have your leftover yarn, you can always make the granny square. There are many people that make one granny square per day, then they have a big blanket at the end of the year. So they are really nice and iconic crochet patterns that can be applied in multiple projects. This one is one of the simplest. You don't have to count stitches. You have just to practice and learn how to move the hook and make your stitches same size. So your granny square looks like a square and all the sides are the same. We are making another corner. One, 2, 3. Don't forget the chain 1 when you see that you arrive to the double crochet. Make 3 double crochet, chain 1. For this pattern we are working just with double crochet and use half double to finish the row. 1, 2, 3. And we arrive to the end. Normally like 4 rows it's already a good size for the granny square. So I will finish here because all the rest is all repeating. So in the next row you will have more holes and you have to make more sets of 3 double crochet. We are finishing the row and the corner. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, yarn over. So you either can go to this loop, back loop, front loop. For this pattern is okay. And since I'm not going to change the color, and in case you are using just one color, you have 3 loops and then yarn over, pull through all 3. That's it. So we are going to cut our yarn. Our granny square is done. As you can see, different colors make different effects, so you can experiment, and here you will see the yarn. Now I'm showing you where you have to hide. First of all, let's see our first magic ring. You still can pull and get rid of the hole if you want to. So now I'm showing you how to weave the yarn. To weave the yarn you have two methods. One is using smaller size hook and another one using tapestry needle. So with the smaller size hook you go under a few stitches here, insert, then grab the yarn and pull through them. So you are going to dig it under the stitches. And you go on until you do 4 beads for a while, so your granny square will not undo. If you want to work with the tapestry needle, so you just insert sometimes with the camera for me it's hard to see, and you just do all the same like with the small size hook. You go all around as many stitches as you can reach and just pull through. And you can make several times, and when you are done you can simply cut the yarn and it will be okay. And when you see this type of yarn, you have to do all the same. Use or smaller size hook or the needle. My crochet buddy arrived. I hope it will not make the noise. I'm talking about the dog that likes to bark when I'm making the video. So here you go under this double crochet that we created and weave it. If you want to be more like safe, you can go also under this one, so you go more times and then you cut. And now I show you with the small size hook. You have the yellow yarn, so it's better you go under yellow. So for example, here we have something attached to this hook. You go under all these stitches, as many as you can, and weave through all of them. Then you can cut. And like that you weave all the yarn that you have, and you will have nicely looking square on both sides.